Hello everybody. Today we're going to see how I draw the Skully Splitter. Okay, so I'm going to make a quick sketch just to make sure I can't draw a straight line in the sketch, but just to make sure that I get everything in here for you. And then I'll switch over to a Sharpie. So you can see it all. But you know what's funny about not being able to draw a straight line? That's okay, because it's got stuff all over it, you know, wraps and the bow and all that stuff. So it kind of takes care and hides some of those imperfections that I can't draw straight stick by hand. Yeah, if I sit here and take my time and do it, sure, why not? But this is just, ooh, look at that. This is just a sketch to get us started, really. This is all it's going to be, so. I'm going to make sure, though, that this is straight down, because it was kind of bowing like that. We don't want to do that. Okay. But yeah, it's got the material wrapped on it, and it's got like, I guess, leather straps going around it, so that'll kind of hide some of the stuff we're doing. And we can have fun with it that way. So, okay, let me draw the pickaxe now. Okay, I think that ought to do it. And we can go ahead and get started. I'm going to switch over to a Sharpie. You're welcome to use a pencil if you like, or play along with a Sharpie, and then I'm going to color it. Coloring is going to take care of the stripy paint right there, but for now, this is what we're going to do to let you see what we're doing. So I'm going to do this whole outline with the big fat Sharpie, then come back with a thinner Sharpie and add some detail to make it stand out. You'll see what I'm talking about. So I'm basically going to just kind of draw the whole thing here, and I'm going to not separate. Like I said, I'm going to separate after. The only separation I'm going to do is right here, this little banding. So I'm going to draw a little X like this for the strap that holds it on. And I'm going to go underneath that one, come back up, and do that. Okay? That's the only thing I'm going to do, and everything else I'm just going to kind of follow this idea I had right here. Okay? So in doing so, let's just start with the top right there, come down, and kind of do like this, because there's a top knot that's holding the piece together, like this. And so now we're just going to come straight across to the hatchet. I'm going to come down, add a tiny little nick in it like that, just a little bit. Same thing there, just to give it a little bit of flavor and use, you know? Let's do another one right there. Another one right there, and then just come across and do it like that. And since we're here, let's go ahead and just finish this side. Back, arced like that, and then connect it again. Okay? So now I'm going to come down and I'm just going to follow this bow, and you're going to see what I'm doing afterwards, but just bear with me, okay? So we're going to come down a little bit for the top of the axe, and then I'm just going to follow it straight down to the bow, make that bow, do another end, and then come down. And I'm going to do some bumps, because that's where we're going to have straps, kind of like that. You see what I'm going to do? So I'm kind of doing like that based on my sketch, okay? So I'm going to kind of do this, do a couple of bumps. So it's perfect, like I was telling you before, that it doesn't matter if we're drawing straight. I do want to make sure it's not curved like this too much, but a straight line is not necessary, especially when it has all these little nuances and straps and stuff onto it, okay? So I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and add that. That's that little strap that's on it. And you'll see why I'm doing that in a second. Again, this is to make this all stand out. And it's going to really pop at the end, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So there's the other half of the skull. We're going to do the same thing up, okay? Little bumps, little bumps. That's what we're going to call this technique. Lil bumps. Kind of like Lil whip. Okay. This is going to have lil bumps. Lil bump, boop, 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 boop. There's our song. Lil bump, lil bump. Perfect. Just like that. Now see, we have a big thick outline. Now I'm going to come back and make it really stand out. So what I'm going to do is add that line that I wanted to add, but I'm going to make it a lot smaller. See how thin that is and how the outline really makes it stand out? So the same thing, I'm going to add this here, and I'm going to follow what I did here with a thinner line like that. And this kind of has a tied little bow here, so I'm kind of making it up as I go, okay? Let's see, I'm going to do like this. And now see how this is kind of standing out now? Thin versus thick. That's a technique you can start to use on your own stuff. If you're using a pencil, it's probably not going to stand out as much, but that's okay. I'm just doing it because I'm used to inking and making stuff stand out by using thick and thin lines. And so here we've got kind of like some material that's kind of creased and bent and like that. It's not lines like this, it's just creases in the material, okay? So again, we're going to do the same thing here. We're just going to kind of follow these bumps that I did, and the bumps I had planned from the sketch. So that's how I knew where they were going to be. Pretty simple, right? And here what I did was I followed my sketch for the bow, okay? Oh, let's do this edge right here. I'm going to go ahead and thicken that up just to make it uniform with that. But the strap, I kind of did like this. And see, that way I kind of made sure I knew that was going to stand out. See? Pretty cool, right? So let's just draw a few more details for the eyes. I'm going to color those in a minute. Or I'll do that with color. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm just going to show you one big, one small, and just like, 3 lines if you can for the teeth. If you can only fit 2, you can only fit 2. Don't worry about it. This is yours. This is how I draw. You draw how you draw. It does have some lines like this going down into the bar. I'm not going to worry about those right now. I'm going to do that with color, but I am going to just point these up just a little bit more, like that, and then I'm going to add the color. But for now, that is Skully Splitter. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.